Hello bass friends, kamusta kayo? I received this pedal just recently. This is DSM Humboldt Simplifier Bass Station. Sobrang liit na pedal. It's a normal sized pedal, I guess. Pero grabe, ang super massive functionality. Ang dami pwedeng gawin. It has two DI outputs. So you can send your clean tone. And then also, the second DI is for your affected signal, your parallel affected signal. Ang dami niyang pwede gawin. So, let's try this out. The DSM Humboldt Simplifier Bass Station from Chile. First, yung signal ko galing sa bass, in passive mode, by the way, para mas marinig natin yung, yung pedal in itself. So, bass going to this input right here. Meron siyang option of selecting a passive or active bass. So, yan. For my bass, going here in passive mode. Then I have here a volume and gain. So, anong pinagkaiba ng volume and gain? First, dumadaan yung signal natin sa gain. Yung gain yung control mo ng gaano kalakas yung input mula sa source ang ipapadala mo doon sa pedal or sa device. I set it somewhere near 12 o'clock. And then, the volume is after the gain. Or rather, even after EQ section. Gain, then EQ section, you have it here. We have high, mid, and bass. So, sinet ko na siya sa sang-ayon dun sa timpla ng bass ko. So, here's how it sounds. Medyo boosted yung bass, cut yung mids ng konti. Then yung highs, nag-boost din ako ng konti sa kanya. So, here's how it sounds. Try natin itodo yung bass. Actually, ang maganda rito, hindi siya super harsh. Usable lahat ng frequency settings niya. And kahit itodo mo yung bass, no? Hindi siya yung sobrang boomy or yung hindi mo na magagamit na setting. Ganda siya. Let's leave the bass somewhere here and then treble. Try natin itodo yung treble. So, I leave it just a little over 12 o'clock. Dagdagan natin ng konti yung bass. Yan. And then, ang maganda rito, yung mids niya, may selector ng frequency. You can select from 400 Hz na mids, 900 Hz, and even may third option siya of choosing 1.5 kilohertz, 1,500 Hz na mids. Ibuboost ko ng konti yung mids para maramdaman nyo yung difference ng bawat frequency points ng mids. First, at 400, ganito yung sound ng 400 Hz na mids. $900. $1,500 or 1.5 kilohertz. Depende sa kailangan ninyo. Ako, sobrang gusto ko yung ganitong options dahil at least sa different playing style, no? Like finger style, gusto ko yung high mids ng konti, around 900. So may option na 900 dito. For finger style playing, yun yung mas at least trip ko na mids. Bakit? Kasi naririnig lalo yung notes. Mas nade-define yung pitch, kung anong pitch yun. Yung G ito, A ito, B, C, D. Lalo na sa mga lower strings like the low B. defined yung notes. So may growl siya ng high mids. And then lower mids like 400 or sa ibang settings ko, no, meron akong mga mid options na 250 Hz. Nagagamit ko yun for slap. Yan. So, may ano siya, may attack siya sa medyo ilalim pero hindi siya masyadong boomy as the bass frequency. Isa pa lang yun sa mga features nitong pedal na to. Nasa preamp section pa lang tayo. And then, from the preamp section, meron siyang cab simulator or cabinet simulator. Ano ba yung benefit ng cabinet simulator? These days, sa like home recording or sa mga mobile recording, remote recording rather, minsan hindi na natin madala yung mga big amps, like yung mga 8x10, 4x10, 1x15 na cabinet, and then the heavy amp heads, no? And then kailangan mo pa siyang i-mic. So, ito yung technology na cab simulation, na tinatawag cabinet simulation, na sinisimulate niya yung tunog ng cabinet. And with this pedal, meron kang option of, first, let's look at the cabinet options. Meron kang option of having a 4x10 vented cabinet, an 8x10 sealed cabinet, and a 1x15 vented cabinet. And then, bukod doon, yun yung mga cab size options. Meron ditong resonance na tinatawag, kung ano yung, gaano ka-resonant yung cabinet. So, the more resonant it is, I think, sa pandinig ko, no, mas nagiging matalas yung tunog niya. Punta ako dun sa speaker color. Meron ditong option of a bright, modern, and warm speaker coloration. Ibig sabihin kung anong type of speaker siya. May iba't iba kasing klase ng material na ginagamit sa speakers. So, pati yun, meron kang option. Kung gusto mo bang bright, modern, or warm sounding yung speaker mo. And this knob adjusts your mic position. So, all the way here is off-axis. All the way here is a centered position miking. Talagang gitnang-gitna ng speaker. So, let's hear it. First with the bright, a little bit off-axis, 4x10 vented cabinet with a rather resonant option. So first, without the cabinet simulation. Maganda rito, pwede mo siyang i-blend in or hindi lang siya switch na bigla mo lang i-on yung cabinet simulation, but you have an option of blending it. Knob siya eh, ilang percentage yung gusto mong introduce. Let's go all the way up, all the way wet. Ibig sabihin, 100% cabinet yung naririnig mo with your sound, with your signal. So, narinig niyo yung roughness ng isang mic'd cabinet. And that's the option of having a bright speaker and 4x10 vented. So, ang daming magagawa dito sa pedal na to. Ang daming tone options for your clean sound. Let's try my preferred setting. Hindi na natin may isa-isa. Ang daming options talaga nito. If you wanna get this pedal, it's from Awit Instruments. They're on Facebook. And meron silang Instagram and social media. Check it out. Sobrang worth it ng pedal na to. So this is my preferred setting. Cabinet blend would be 50%. Meaning, 50% of the sound is my dry signal or yung walang cabinet. And nag-i-introduce siya ng 50% na cabinet sound. Cabinet simulated sound. And then my cabinet option would be an 8x10 with a modern and medyo off-axis. Yung off-axis na miking, no, naturally, pag nagmamic ka ng cabinet, the more off-axis it is parang nawawala yung attack. Then mas center is mas may attack siya and buong-buo yung sound. Let's try this one. So gusto ko yung may bite siya ng konti ng cabinet pero ramdam mo pa rin yung highs nung dry sound. Sa akin lang, I think pwede ko pang bawasan yung mix nung cabinet and mas gusto ko pang marinig yung dry signal ko. There you go. At hindi pa dyan nagtatapos ang lahat. Meron din siyang tinatawag na effects loop. And ang maganda rito, meron siyang regular effects loop. This section, hindi ko na sinaksakan, but I wanna emphasize the parallel effects loop over here. Kaya meron ako ditong, for example lang, overdrive pedal. Pwede mong i-blend if you just have one DI output here. This is the main DI output. Pwede mong i-blend yan with this one. In this case, yung effects na meron tayo is an overdrive. So, if all the way na to the parallel signal. Yun, may overdrive na siya. Pwede mo siyang i-blend. Like 50% lang. So naririnig mo yung overdrive sa likod lang niya. Ginagamit ko yon sa mga high choruses, mga parts na you need to sound big. Kapag sa banda na kasi yan, hindi mo rinig yung overdrive pero ramdam mo lang sa likod, sa ilalim yung overdriven signal. Kaya sobrang usable nitong option na to for me. At hindi lang overdrive yung pwede mong i-parallel effects. If you wanna use reverb, modulation effects like delays, or even envelope filter. Ang gandang mix ng envelope filter sound with your dry sound and blend it nicely. Mix in mo siya ng maganda. So yun yung nagagawa nitong blend signal. And meron din ditong parallel low-pass filter for your parallel effects signal. Meaning yung signal na pumapasok from your parallel effects loop, may option ka to do a low-pass filter na 100 Hz or 500 Hz. And it sounds like this. 100 Hz LPF. 500 Hz LPF. Turning it off. Ang low-pass filter ay kinakat niya yung highs. So, ibig sabihin nito, 100 Hz and above, nakakat. Kaya lows lang yung naririnig mo. Dito naman, 500 Hz and above is being cut or nawawala sa frequency. So, hindi siya ganun ka-boomy nung 100 Hz LPF, pero nag-allow siya hanggang 500 Hz. Hinayaan niyang patunugin yung hanggang 500 Hz. So, naririnig mo na yung mids ng konti. Pero again, wala pa rin siyang high frequency because it's a low-pass filter. It lets the low pass. Yeah, that's the filter for it. Kaya, low-pass filter. Ang daming option ito in terms of routing. If you want your sound to be blended with a second output na effects lang yung lumalabas doon, this is that output. Yung DI na to, ang nilalabas yung tunog is the parallel effects loop. So imagine you can send two signals sa sound engineer or kung nagre-record ka, pwede kang mag-record ng two signals at a time. Of course, lalagay mo tong knob na to dito sa preamp, fully preamp, para yung lumabas sa DI dito sa left ay purely your dry signal, your EQ affected and even cab sim affected signal. And then have the option of your parallel output separate from your dry signal. This is the parallel DI out all alone without this one. Let's blend them together. Marami talaga pwede gawin dito sa pedal na to. Pwede ka mag-practice ng tahimik with the headphone output. Pwede ka rin aux-in or magsaksak ng mga MP3 players para makapag-aral ng songs na kailangan mong aralin. This is powered by a 9-volt power supply. Bago ko makalimutan, di ba meron siyang dalawang output? Now, when you're dealing with two signals, blending in together, kailangan mong i-watch out yung phasing issues. What is phasing issue? Yun yung nagka-cancel out yung tunog nila. So dito, ginawa nila, merong option of having a reverse polarity or inverted polarity and a normal polarity option. Switch lang yon dito sa gilid para dun sa parallel signal for this DI. So that you can choose ano ba yung mas okay na tunog para maiwasan mo yung phased out na tunog. So, pakinggan natin. So, this one ay nasa normal mode. And kung i-invert natin siya, let's listen. So, I think if you invert the phase, in my case, no, if you invert the phase of the parallel, nandun na yung phasing issue. Pero kapag normal, nandun yung tamang tunog. So, depende yon. So, I leave it sa normal because that works for this setup. Pero minsan kasi, nagkaka-phasing issues sa normal mode. So, hanapin nyo na lang, depende sa mga effects na nakasaksak sa parallel signal ninyo. So, again, this is the DSM Simplifier base station. Maraming pwedeng gawin. Marami tayong pwedeng options. Like, if you want just a preamp, meron siya. A cab simulator, meron siya. If you want to have an option of sending two signals to your engineer or to your recording para mas ma-blend ng maganda yung bass. A clean tone signal and an affected parallel signal. Pwedeng-pwede talaga to. At maganda dito is hindi siya ganun kalaki. Kung ikukumpara mo siya sa normal size pedal, yan o, ganyan lang siya kaliit. Pero ang dami niyang kayang gawin. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you check this out from Awit Instruments. Give them a message. And yeah, I hope this video helps. See ya, bass friends!